You know what I like about your trainings? You don't leave
Yes,
anything out.
I don't, because I want you to be free. I do. I want you to be free. When you take a training from me, I want you to be able to run with it. And if I don't give you the guts and gizzards of it, you won't be able to run. You're attached to me. And that goes against one of my pillars. One of my pillars is freedom. So in my pillar of freedom, I don't want to be bound. And in the same token, I don't want to bind anybody. So I got to give it all to you. You got to figure out what you're going to do with it. Not everybody wants to listen to the whole thing. That's on them. But they can never say that they've ever come to a training from the Jason Hodge and not gotten the goods. And now it's their choice because business is not as easy as the easy button. Because even the easy button, somebody had to create the infrastructure for the easy button to work. Okay, let's be real
Yep.
here. And so, if you don't understand that even the easy button has an infrastructure to make it work, you won't understand that at a certain point, you have to understand your own business at a granular level. And so, what I do when I train is I start asking those questions and prompting you to ask the questions of your own industry. What is here that I need to know? Okay, there's four areas of all possible knowledge: the things that you know, the things you know that you don't know, the things that you know but you don't realize that they apply to what it is that you need to do. And then there's the things that aren't even on your radar. You don't have a clue that you need to know them, and that's the area of failure because you don't know to ask the questions, and you need to ask these questions. You need this information. And that's where mentorship comes into play, where others who are outside of your space can objectively look at your stuff and say, okay, you say you want to go here, right? Yeah. You say you're doing this, that, and the other, right? Uh-huh. You say you've got these components in place. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. What you're missing to get there is this, and this. Oh, I didn't even know that. Exactly. You needed some other eyes and ears on your stuff. So if you don't understand that you've got to have those four components working for you, you will not succeed properly, even in the subject matter that you take, because we should always have in the back of my mind of our minds, okay, I've got this information. Is there anything else? And that's when we collectively outreach to our network, to our colleagues, to our mentors, and we put in front of them, this is what I've got. This is what I want to achieve. Is there anything else that I've missed? Like, and then they could say, oh, okay, yeah, you're missing just this one thing, or you're missing this connection. I need to, this is great. Now you need access. You need an open door because that could be missing too. You could have all the greatest things in the world without the relationships or the network established that can open up doors for you. And how many of you have been on a job or been in a project and you have put blood, sweat, and tears into it only to have somebody else pass you up on a promotion that you thought you should have gotten? Now, I say it like that, that you thought you should have gotten, because the fact of the matter is they built time into the relationship. You built time into the skill set, but the skill set is a dime a dozen. I can hire somebody from the Ukraine or from the Philippines or from wherever else right now to build out a whole empire when it comes to a digital thing. But I can't hire a relationship. I can't hire a connection. I can't hire trust. That comes over time. And so when you deal with the person over time, because they have taken the time to establish relationship and a track record, trust, and all of that, they could say to you, hey, you know what? I've got this idea, this concept, this thing that I want to do. And then you could say, yes, sight unseen. Why? Because the strength of the relationship, the level and layers of trust are so established that they just know, well, if you say it, it's going to be a good thing. I don't know how, but I trust you. And then so you do everything that you can not to violate that trust, which is that you show up and then you let them know, you keep that open communication. Okay, here's where I'm at. This is what's going on. This, and so that way they're kept abreast of all the stuff that's happening. And they're like, wow, now they're rooting for you. It's the traditional David and Goliath story. Okay. How do you take on something that is so huge, bigger than you, because you want to see transformation in your world? And so when you could do that at that level, you garner belief and trust and faith and hope, and everybody's rooting for you in order to get to the finish line. And they're helping you across that finish line because you've established it the right way. So we've got to not diminish people who have taken the time in building the relationship and not the skill set, because they know they can always hire the skill set. They can never hire the relationship.